Geniuses, time is of the essence. It's go time. Red alert. It's now or never. iPhone 16 is officially on the way. It's just count them how many days? A certain amount of days away. All I know, it's not a month away anymore. It's what, a couple weeks?
Just a couple.
That's crazy. It's now prime time season for us here at Genius Bar, and I don't know if you know, but like a day or two after this comes out, after you're listening to it, if you're like, a dedicated listener and you actually listen on time, because we post on time all the time, the Apple invites, the real ones, are going to be going out. We'll get to see you.
We might have to do a a little emergency episode. But here's the thing, John. Hold on. Breaking news. Did you see the Apple invites are already out? They leaked.
Yeah, I saw. That's crazy. I saw Apple. I actually found it on Apple Insider because they're very reputable and trustworthy, and they posted about it.
Whoa, dude, look at this. Look at this Apple invite. It says ready, set, capture.
And you know what they say? They argue with us. They say invites don't mean anything, but that sure looks like they're talking about the capture button and the bronze color.
Oh my gosh. This is just nuts, guys. I cannot believe that this leaked, because there's definitely not only like 4 people in the world that have designed this, that Apple would know exactly who it's from, that would definitely share it. Look, they even added the detail. Guys, guys, this is fake. We're trolling. It's from the little freak known as Majin Buu.
The little freak.
What is this?
This hurts.
I don't know what it is.
This hurts because I think we have collectively used his leaks before.
Here's the thing about this guy.
Go ahead.
He's doing too much. I believe that he actually does get info sometimes, but then he'll ruin it with this.
Exactly. Yeah. Now, I'm not going to say I've never been fooled with stuff before, but come on, people. Like, that is... And what's more disappointing, Majin Buu, okay, maybe he got tricked and just shared it, okay, whatever. The real disappointing part was that professional news outlets in this space, they share the same space as us, that we're supposed to trust. That's where you get your news from, mainstream news outlets, or whatever you would call them. They posted about this. And, Apple Insider. Oh, dude. First of all, Apple Insider, I typically like you guys, but this is like, what are you even doing? And they posted it. First of all, fuck your rumor score. That's number one. If you're posting this and you know it's bullshit, why are you posting it? In your title, you put dubious, like that's going to...
I think they changed it.
Did they? Well,
yeah.
Calling it dubious or whatever is not an out. You still posted it.
Wait, I have something very important to bring up that's been bothering me for weeks.
Please do it.
Can you go to the screen web share page?
I sure can.
It's actually cut off, and is there a way to make it not cut off? You see how it's like not perfectly, like, can you resize that? It's just very unsatisfying.
It is. So that's not you, it's me?
I think it's you. I think you like stretched it out one time.
It usually is me, man.
Well, it's not you. It's more the program that we use to record. I think this is very important, and we need to handle this right here, right now.
Where is my effects thing, man? Okay.
This is just crazy, guys, and we won't... Oh, fixed. Whoa.
We're back. We are so back.
Okay, cool. Wait, can I change? Can I make... Because now it's not 16:9. Now it's like slightly off.
Oh, hell. I think that might be why we zoomed in, but no, I think we're screwed now.
Okay, you know what? We'll take it. At least, okay, you can see everything.
You can see all of it. I'm so glad you can see the ad now.
This is they wrote an. I mean, come on, guys.
How long is this article?
I don't know. Way too long.
Yeah,
then they updated it.
Yeah, I mean, shocker. Someone spoofed this.
Yeah, I mean, great invite.
Yeah, very cool,
it's pretty.
Very nice concept.
Well done.
But even for a millisecond, did you think this was real when you saw it at first?
For a millisecond, yes. Yes, for a millisecond.
Maybe a millisecond, but the second millisecond it clicked, I was like, okay, yeah, obviously this is not
To
real.
be clear, though, the reason I thought for a millisecond is I thought this was like they just put invites out. Like I woke up late on a Monday, so I was like, oh shit, I guess I missed it. Yeah, so I saw somebody said, is this real? And then I was like, oh shit, maybe they put them out. And then as soon as I was like, wait a second,
okay,
I just went to Mac Rumors. I was like, they haven't covered this. okay, I guess I didn't miss anything. And then I was like, oh, yeah, it's from Boo.
So, I mean, in a couple days, you'll have the real ones. I'm disappointed in all of you. I'm disappointed in so many people for falling for this and spreading it. Just something else. But, Sam, I would like to bring something up.
Okay.
I don't know if you know about this, but I'm going to send you a cheeky YouTube video because there are sites that will share the news that isn't accurate. And some people will read that and assume that it is because it's supposed to be a reputable outlet.
Yes, yes.
Well, this man, who I've never seen before, but he showed up in my recommended today, and I clicked on it by chance. He did go to a reputable news source, and he reacted to some stuff.
Okay.
And I think you should see it.
Oh, I actually saw this video as well. It was really cool.
Did you? Damn.
This low-key made my week, and I was like, this is really cool to see somebody in the mainstream cover my video. Yeah, I hilarious of how I found this. It's a streamer who's pretty big reacting to my Apple Watch, my iPhone 16 Apple September event video. And it's so interesting to not only like read the comments about this, but also to see like a normal non-tech person.
Yeah.
Did you watch a lot of this, or did you just click on it? Like,
no,
how did you see this?
I thought that you hadn't seen it, so I thought I hadn't watched it. I was going to watch it with you, but I think less than 5 minutes before the show, I was waiting for you to get online, so I was just on YouTube browsing, and I just saw that recommended. And I honestly don't know why I clicked on it, because there's no indication from the thumbnail or the title that you're in it. But I just clicked. Oh, I think I hovered over it. You know how it does that autoplay thing? And you're like the first frame. So I think that caught my attention, and I clicked on it, and here we are. I've never heard of that guy before.
Neither had I.
It's Nike Fitness.
He seemed... I like his content.
Cool.
Like, it pretty well edited. It was cool seeing like a React content. But yeah, he basically just played my entire video. Not the entire video, but
I don't know if you told me, and I just am an idiot. How did you find out about this? How'd you see it?
I didn't say it yet. I was just searching. I was doing some op research on what happened when I searched the iPhone 16, and I've realized that like there's not many good iPhone 16 videos out there. Like, a lot of them are just slop. Like, do you want to see? Oh, maybe. Okay, like let me just show you what happens when you search iPhone 16. Like, okay, like look at this one right here from Apple Track. Like, slop.
Very slop.
Right? Yeah. He doesn't have that. And then we've got this guy.
That guy's so handsome and funny. I would love to meet him one day.
You with these videos.
Literally, you cannot give me shit. You can't.
I can. I literally can.
You can't. Because I joke. I don't think you deserve shit for this, but you're holding iPhone 16s in your hand in the thumbnail, and you don't actually have them. But listen, that's fine, because that's the game, brother. You can't blame us for getting good at playing the game. Not a single person has clicked on that video and said that they got tricked or bamboozled.
Here's where my problem with this video was.
Oh, my God. Here we go.
I just feel like you can set yourself up as this authority for, like, insanely good video documentary quality production and packaging. And I feel like you're going a little Mr. Beast on the packaging right now.
God. I'm not in the thumbnail with, like, super smooth skin and white teeth and bruises or whatever.
I think it's saying introducing iPhone Air is the tech equivalent of that.
Okay, basically Mr. Beast.
But yeah, your videos lately have been, I mean, yeah, like I said, the editing it's actually like incredible. Like the sound design has been nuts. I know you've put crazy work into that, and it really is impressive.
That video got exported 8 or 9 times, by the way.
Wow. I mean, I can tell.
I would like watch, notice something that I wanted to change, go back, change it, until I was basically scared because I had changed so much that I didn't know if I accidentally like changed something before that now I won't notice and it'll go live. I wish I didn't do that though. I want to. I like our schedule right now. I like 1-2 videos a month, actually. But I don't think I expected this to continue. After the Tim Doc and stuff, I think I had the mentality of like, okay, cool. views are up. Let's ride this wave until it dies. Because that's what happens to us every year. There's a period of the year, hopefully, once a year, where things get pretty spicy, and then maybe it's spicy for like a couple months, and then the rest of the next 10 months, you're just like trying to capitalize on the growth that you had. But if views are going to if this is just us now, like if Apple Track's just getting those views, if FPT's just getting these views now, I want to really think about what I'm putting out and do 1 or 2 a month. I would like to do 1 a week, but I don't think we're like physically capable of doing such a thing.
Dude, maybe it's time to start hiring more folks.
Well, it's more like the idea train. Like,
yeah, no, ideation is the hardest part.
If I'm only putting 1 or 2 out, that's the idea has to matter. Like, it has to be worth making. And I think that's the hardest part, is finding an idea that I'm like, yeah, that's worth the effort that we're about to put in.
Can I roast myself now, since I provided you with
may roast yourself,
feedback?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Let's roast.
Yeah, let me just show
Let's
you
cook
right here. I'm ready to cook. I've made the same video for like 2 months now.
Okay, but it works. What are you supposed to do?
But I don't. It's working, and that's why I'm doing it. And I am for the.
This is your introducing. I used introducing twice, and you use all iPhone 16 major leaks and rumors, good news, bad news, final design, first look.
But yeah, I mean, sure, I'll let you have it.
But are you gaining a bunch of new people?
Not like a bunch, but yeah, a good amount. I mean, I'm really happy with how the videos have been doing, and I am, the way I've made peace with them being so repetitive is I am putting like small tidbits that people can catch. Like I'm basically taking your approach, John, because like it is the way to gain a new audience. Like if you're only making videos for your own audience, you're never really going to grow, because you're just going to slowly. So yeah, I mean, I'm very much designing my videos as in, if you don't know what the iPhone 16 is and you click on it, you're going to see like, this is the design, this is what's changing, this is what's different. A lot of that is repetitive, just because like, yeah, the design is, I mean, there's only been minor updates in the past couple of months with the colors and whatnot, but I've been having fun making my videos, and then I'll put new stuff like sprinkled in there, usually later in the video, that people that watch my channel regularly can actually gain something from, that is my audience.
By the way, I think you're doing well. Like, I would do the same thing. That's why introducing that title did well in the last video.
Yeah.
So I'm going to follow it up with immediately the same thing. And it's iPhone 16 season, and you're the guy. So, and also for anyone complaining, if anyone's complaining about Sam making multiple iPhone 15 videos, 16 videos. Sorry, holy shit.
Oh, I mean, they are, but like, that's fair.
I just want to say, he is paying for renders to show you these phones. I think it's fair if he can get some more juice out of that. If he can use the renders twice, 3 times.
Yeah, I mean, I think just for like context, people might not know. I mean, I've upped my spend on my channel by 4 or 5x year over year. I mean, I guess I can say this so people like have context, but for every iPhone render video that I make, I'm spending minimum $2,000 on it. I would say, on average. I guess some would be a little bit lower. Some months have been 4,000 to 5,000 on renders. Some months have been just so people like know that. But that's all. I don't say that for any reason other than to say that, for other creators, that investing in your stuff does work. Like, I highly recommend investing. I was just going through my taxes before this, and I realized I am a bit cooked in that regard. Because I thought, and maybe I need a better accountant or a new accountant. Here's what I thought. I thought if you were paying a contractor like $1,000, right? Mm-hmm. I thought that meant that you didn't have to pay $1,000 of tax, because the money's basically you're just a vessel. Like, the money's going through you to them.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
So like, they would pay the tax on that money, since it's like,
that's a fair assumption,
right? Like, if I made $1,000 in a month, or let's say I made $5,000 in a month, and then I spent $1,000, I feel like I should only pay tax on $4,000, because that money is directly funding the economy of this other person, right?
Yeah.
But then,
and they should pay on it.
Well, that's what I thought, because it's like, it's not my income if I'm just giving it. I mean, it's not a charity I'm running here.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently that's not how it works, and I only get about 33.1% back of what I spend. So I didn't realize that it basically means I'm just also throwing like thousands of dollars.
Yeah. Yep.
Businesses, you learn a lot running a business, I'll just say that.
Yeah, and like also CPAs and stuff, not all of them are equipped to handle such a new form of like employment, I guess.
Do you ever feel like being deleted?
Every day, because I wake up and I remember how much of my information is on the internet.
You know what, John? That's why we partnered up with DeleteMe, who sponsored this episode. Oh, John and John.
We love DeleteMe.
Where do I start with these guys? All right, here's what this service is. DeleteMe finds and removes personal information you don't want online, and they make sure it stays off. Stirs off. It's gone forever. Guys, it's a subscription service that removes your personal info from the largest people search databases on the web, and in the process, helps prevent potential ID theft, doxing, phishing scams. John, would you say that you're a person that exists online and that maybe has information out there?
Yeah, I would be one of those, yes.
Yeah, well, here's how this works, okay? You sign up, you provide DeleteMe with exactly what information you want deleted, and their experts take it from there.
Okay, but we're like professionals, right? Like we should be scared of our information being online. But would you say that regular people would need this service too?
Yeah, dude, because people that I've met in the real world are like, I get these spam robocalls all the time. Who got my damn information?
What if
Guess
you could
what?
take it back?
Here's what DeleteMe does, and here's what's cool about DeleteMe. Not only do they send you regularly sent personalized privacy reports showing what info they found, they tell you where they found it. They're like, we found your stuff here, and this is where it's from.
Amazing.
To put it simply, DeleteMe does all the hard work of wiping you and your family's personal info off the web. Data brokers hate DeleteMe, and we hate data brokers.
Data brokers bad. You notice we've had many guests on this show, and not one of them was a data broker.
No, guys. Take control of your data and keep your private life private by signing up for DeleteMe. Now at a special discount for our listeners. John, do you want to tell them what it is?
It's joindeleteme.com/geniusbar, but make sure to use code GeniusBar as well so they know that we sent you. And guess what? You're going to get a hot 20% off for that.
Guys, today you get 20% off your DeleteMe plan when you go to joindeleteme.com/geniusbar. Use promo code GeniusBar at checkout. That's the only way to get 20% off. So go to joindeleteme.com/geniusbar. Enter code GeniusBar at checkout. That's joindeleteme.com/geniusbar, code GeniusBar. And if you weren't listening yet, maybe you're sitting really far away from your headphones. That's joindeleteme.com/geniusbar, code GeniusBar.
And make sure to use code GeniusBar for 20% off because code dark mode gets you 0%.
Yeah.
So promo code GeniusBar. Thank you, DeleteMe. Self-employment has been a thing for a while, but it's like this is a whole different genre of self-employment. It's still relatively new.
Yeah. It's so
And all these
interesting.
CPAs that are good with math and numbers are old as hell. They don't know what's going on over here.
Yeah. Just
None of the
personally,
newer
a process
generation can do math.
A process has been finding a good CPA. I had a good call this week with somebody that seems very promising. It's just like they want a decent amount of money per month. And I'm like, man, like,
of course.
I'm going to be, I am so down to spend money on my business. Like it's paid off. I am so much happier making videos now.
Hell yeah.
With the way that I'm presenting them, packaging them.
That's what we love to hear.
I want to start building more story. It's hard to build a story around a phone that does look largely the same, to be honest. You did a really good job with that in your video, which is like what your last video was kind of all about.
Yeah, but it was the opposite. It was about how they're all the same and how that's just going to be – that's how the cookie crumbles. But notice I first had that like epiphany on Genius Bar. I said it first last week. So all the ideas – if you watch Genius Bar – You got front page tech. You could probably predict what the next episode is.
Yeah.
All you have to do is watch this show.
Basically, all this to say, I think the content and structure of your videos have been great, and I think
except the titles and the thumbnails.
And some of them are great. This is just a suggestion for an improvement. You don't have to listen. You can say "F you." I do what I want.
I would
and that's
never
totally
say
fine.
"F you,"
but you can.
I love you, Sam.
I love you too.
I wouldn't create a segment every week to cook you.
Does it really come across as that? I feel like
we need like a fucking musical theme now. Like every week when it starts, we gotta play the fucking Let's Cook John Prosser.
Like what? Should I just hold this inside and not say anything?
You should never.
I can do that
you
too.
should never hold it inside. Always let your insides out is my motto.
To be clear, I'm not. I hope it doesn't come across as that this is like a cook roast session, because that's not.
I'm just joshing you. I'm poking you.
I know, but if it does come across that way, I want to change the way that I say things, because I don't want that. That's not my intention
just say
or goal with it.
Say things how Sam is going to say them.
Yeah, but that's dangerous sometimes.
Yeah, well, that's Sam. He's just a dangerous boy sometimes.
All right, let's get to the
appeal.
news.
Oh, I have a question before we skip past YouTube stuff, because I know the viewers love YouTube stuff all the time. I just have a question for you that could have been asked after the show, but here we are. So this is prime time season for us, right?
Yeah.
This is like Christmas every year. But this is going to stop. Like after we get the phones and you like do your unboxings, your review or whatever, you keep posting. You maybe a few more videos after this dies down, because we know the day after the phone is out, we're talking about iPhone 17, because that's no one cares anymore. Do you have a plan for in between?
Yeah. I mean, I assume you do as well. You've kind of I feel like you've kind of been doing the same thing, right? Or you're gonna keep doing the same.
Yeah, thing. Like that's when our documentaries are going to start.
Okay,
and that's how we're going to like get past the drought season. But also, like do we have Max coming in October? Okay, that's cool. So for November, December, we'll focus on like doc stuff, the stuff that we've been wanting to make to get us out of the drought stuff. That's what I mean. Like I didn't know if you had a plan for like November, December. I
mean, there's a lot of stuff in the works longer term. I think I've had ideas about telling different stories about Apple. You know, I guess you could call it I would call it more of a video essay than a doc, because I'm not going to be like interviewing people or doing anything crazy. But yeah, I mean, just telling different stories in the off time. I don't know if that's going to work. Storytelling is, I would say, not my passion as much as leaks and rumors. Like that genuinely is my passion. And I don't know. We'll see. But I feel fine. The ideation is going to be harder when there's not as much going on.
Yeah.
But in general, I feel pretty good overall.
How's your TikTok and stuff right now? Because if your YouTube's doing this well, I feel like everything's got to be up.
I haven't been posting as much on TikTok as I wanted. I fell off on TikTok
man.
Pretty hard recently. YouTube Shorts have been doing okay though. I mean, short form is really fun. I've been having a lot of fun doing it, but I think I got like my lowest TikTok paycheck since I've been doing it this month or last month, which is fine because I'm investing. I mean, yeah, I don't know. It's one of those things where like growing the business do be hard. Like I don't know how. Like Marquez just hit at the right time, man. Where he just like had the, like obviously it was the work, right? In his talent,
he absolutely deserves it. But yeah, a big part of it was first generation, right place, right time. You know, there's a few, and actually a lot of. Okay, so his, I guess you could call it big break happened because he was at the right place, right time. Yeah. But notice that out of kind of everyone that started around that time, he's the only one that has adapted and maintained.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Like, Lou isn't as popular anymore. Who else?
Austin Evans is doing pretty well.
Okay, Austin's still around.
Yeah.
Who are the like,
OGs?
Jomo, Jonathan Morrison, Austin, Marquez, Lou. Am I missing somebody?
Stack.
Oh, no, we were not OG.
I mean, we were like, OG just
yeah, I feel like you and I are second gen. We
are second gen. Yeah, I mean,
like Phone Buff, Pocket Now.
Yeah.
Phone Dog. You remember Phone Dog?
I do. Oh, that was so
man,
fun.
those were the days. Yeah, the only reason Marquez is still around is because he's good at adapting and like maintaining. And I mean, how do you keep? What is he going to do now? Like, if you see his Pixel video that he just put out, his review, the intro's nuts. Yeah. It's nuts. How do you, but like what? Okay, now what? Like, how do you keep upping that?
I know. I would honestly, God, it would be great to have a conversation. I've talked to Marquez once or twice, and obviously it's been in passing, and he's super busy. I don't want to take up his time, but I just want to be like, bro, how did you scale? Like, this has been my number one challenge I've been facing for the past year is wanting to grow, but also wanting to like save money for my own future. Like it feels as if he was kind of doing it by himself. And then, and I know this isn't what had happened, but it feels like overnight he then had 3 employees and then 6 employees and then 12 employees. And
he's with very limited sponsorships.
Right? Like, that's what I'm saying is where I'm like, how the fuck did you do that, bro? Like, I am genuine, not struggling by any means, but
pure views, I guess.
Like, I would love to hire and grow, but I do not have the cash flow to pay somebody. I guess I live in LA, so it'd be what, $70,000 a year for a job? Like, that would be like a lot. That would be like a month or 2 of work that I would have to put in, I think, just to pay for that person. Like, that would give me 0 and pay just that person. And I just don't know how Mark has scaled at the rate. I mean, Mr. Who's the Boss is another great example.
Oh, yeah. Aaron. Love Aaron.
Where, like, he has this team, and I'm like, how the hell? Like, I've got a couple contractors that I work with that I would love to not only pay more, but like keep as full-time employees. But it's like, I just don't have the cash flow for that, man. Yeah. I would love to do that. And if anybody has advice that is another YouTuber that has multiple employees, like, let me know, because I feel like I'm missing something.
Aaron is like the tech space equivalent to Mr. Beast.
Correct. Yeah,
he's that for us.
He's great. Yeah, I mean,
all right. Shall we talk about news?
Let's do it. We got that out of the way. We're really front loading this one.
You're welcome.
Okay, we got the article we've been waiting for. Bloomberg's Gark Merman says Apple targets September 10th debut for new iPhones, AirPods, and watches.
Hooray!
Look at that. Timing would mean new iPhones reach stores on September 20th. So he basically says event on the 10th. And confirms, as I predicted in my last video, may I take a hot lap for this, that there are going to be new iPhones,
Cameras
watches, and AirPods. Well, it's not official yet, so let me...
No, you deserve it. Take your lap. Take your lap,
do
boy.
A baby lap. Okay, there we go. That's a baby lap. So date, if this is true, which it definitely is, because this is consistent with what Apple's done for like a decade, basically, means we are going to be getting invites on August 27th.
Which is...
It's like a day or 2 from when this is posted. Maybe out now if you're watching. Maybe this is already outdated.
If you're watching days late after we post this, like, don't even. You can just... you can just leave now.
Are you excited for any of this? Yeah. Did you know the new iPhones were coming out?
They are?
Yeah, bro.
Are we both the iPhone 16 and 16 Pro? They're both coming out at the same time? Because remember, there was that one year where that didn't happen.
I don't know. I'm waiting for Apple September 10th event equals ruined! Exclamation point video.
Okay, yeah, me too. Me too.
I can't wait.
Yeah, then we'll find out which iPhones are coming. I think I'm more excited about Macs this year.
Whoa. Okay. Yeah.
I'm disappointed.
Okay.
I'm just going to tell you how it is. Because I want to be excited about iPhone 16, and it's not even like I'm not excited because it looks the same. That's not why. What makes me disappointed is every time I get slightly excited, I remember that the flagship feature isn't ready for any of this. And it's just like, what are we even doing, fellas?
I feel the same way. I am incredibly excited, but when they go, Apple Intelligence features on iPhone 16 and iPhone 16 Pro will be rolling out in the later this fall. Yeah. I'm going to go.
They'll be rolling out not now.
They'll be rolling out over my dead body.
Yeah.
Is what they should be saying.
Yeah, that's really starting to get to me.
It's rough. I agree. It is, especially the way that they're fragmenting the rollout of the current Apple Intelligence features. We're like,
that's a good word for that.
It's like, it's confusing. I genuinely, like, I'll say it. The AI features, I have not upgraded to iOS 18.1 because all I care about is Genmoji, and that's not out yet, and they haven't said when it will be out.
Yeah. You just have to
guess. Have you seen the Google controversy?
There's another Google controversy?
Yeah, of the Pixel generation stuff. The Verge did a great article. The AI generated images, how you can just kind of make...
Oh, my God.
This
oh,
fake
my God.
Stuff. I mean, look at this. Like, I don't even know if we could show that on YouTube. It's just they spilled powdered sugar on the ground.
Well, shit.
Did you not see this? This is crazy
No,
to me.
this is my worst fear come to life.
this is like an actual
This is a problem.
crazy one.
Like,
The image for the audio listeners is showing I believe a station, a subway station in New York with calling it a duffel bag with wires and smoke coming out of it.
yeah, what would be in a duffel bag that has those two ingredients?
We would call it an ambe.
Yeah, an
speaking
ambe.
Pig Latin. Yeah.
I'm not. This is the worst thing. Very cool that we are advancements have happened such as this, but horrifying, absolutely horrifying, because you thought it was bad already with Facebook and Twitter or X or whatever trying to decipher what's real and what's not. Now it's like 10 times harder.
Yeah.
You guys fell for a fake Apple event. If you get hit with one of these AI images, you're cooked. You're done.
Yeah, we're cooked. I mean, yeah, like here's another one of and it looks so real. Here's another one of that's the before and after. We've got
if we said that was Tim Cook's car and we sent it to Apple Insider, they'd be like, Tim Cook narrowly misses death in hole on ground in car.
We've got, this one scared me. It replaces a normal flower stand with a flower stand with a snake.
Oh
I don't even know what that is, and I don't want to know what that is. Yeah, can we actually unsee that? I don't think that was supposed to be shown ever.
What was that?
I don't know.
That was horrible.
We're going to close out of the tab.
Okay. I feel like everyone knows how I feel about AI. How are you feeling about this?
But here's the question, right? So Google just released that, but I think everyone might be forgetting, including myself. I was like, oh, that's crazy that Google did that.
Apple's going to do it.
But John, Apple, they made a whole app that says you're going to be able to do that same thing.
Yup.
Mm-hmm. So is Apple going to allow me to Photoshop?
The generative stuff, at least from what I can see, and in the concepts and stuff, looks cartoonish. So that's cool. But you've got to believe that in the new Photos app or in the camera app directly, there's going to be stuff like this. And once you open that up, that's it. People can make whatever they want. And Apple historically has been very controlling in terms of what comes off of their devices, what their name can be attached to. And this goes exactly against that stance, but there's no way around it for them because everyone else is doing it, and if they don't do it, then they're behind. So they have to make a stance, and the stance is you either don't include it at all. There's no middle ground here. You can't just give a half-baked generative AI thing. You have to either stand on business and say, we don't believe in that, we're not doing it. In which case, cool, happy for you. Or you do this where you're like, we're just going to put it on the phone and whatever happens, happens.
Yeah.
Didn't Tim Cook say in the interview with Marquez that it's some of this stuff is opened up through generative AI, but that's just how that's kind of how AI works. There's no way around this.
Yeah, I do feel like giving 1 billion iPhone users access to this. Well, it won't be 1 billion because it's only the newest phones, but I do feel like it could get a little
It's
very quickly.
Okay. On Twitter, Elon purchased it, and he did two things. He let you buy a check mark, and he let you make money. And that transformed what Twitter is. Now everything is engagement bait and used to... They gave regular people access to generate money off of a tweet. And now we're giving regular people access to create any images that they want and post it. People already did that with great Photoshop skills and now it's serious business. Anyone's going to be able to do it with just saying, hey, can we make George Bush pooping on Barack Obama? Thanks.
Yeah. It's going to be an interesting year, which is probably why Apple is not releasing all of this at once. But if it's going to be out, it's almost like the lid's going to blow off the can eventually, you know?
You don't think they, like, in this process, they've changed their stance or changed their mind on stuff and they're still working on it, right? Because that would be unacceptable for them to announce stuff and go, oh, just kidding, we're still working. We're going to change it.
Oh, I mean, they've done that. They do that a lot, I think.
Can I ask them not to do Apple? Please stop announcing things that are not ready. I get it. If you hadn't announced this, there would have been an hour of WWDC would have been 15 minutes. But I'd rather it's 15 minutes than spend time talking about an AI feature that's not ready. Even after the brand new iPhone is coming out, the only iPhone that can run this stuff other than the 15 Pro.
Yeah. And
it's not coming with all the features you promised at WWDC in June, brother.
Yeah, it's... You know, I had an interesting thing the other night happen to me with the Vision Pro.
Okay.
Where it just didn't turn on.
Okay, and?
Well, I think the battery was dead, so it eventually turned on. But it took a long time. And I was just like, this product... Dude, the more I spend time with Vision Pro, the more I think I'm just sad.
It is very sad. That's a good word.
Because I don't think the future of content is immersive.
Okay.
I think that'll be part of content. But sometimes I think people underestimate the way I see immersive content, and I will stand on business with this, is that...
Okay, he's standing.
Sometimes you don't want to be an active viewer of something. Sometimes you just want to lay back on your couch and just watch something in 2D. Completely detached like a fly on the wall.
Yeah, I feel that.
And the problem with Vision Pro, so you can do that with Vision Pro. You can just watch a movie in there and you feel like a passive viewer. But the problem is that I think a lot of Apple's pitch for the product is still, it's going to be so immersive and so engaging and you're going to feel like you're in it, which sometimes is really, really cool. And
but it's cool in short bursts. So I see what you're saying.
I love it for a few minutes at a time, but then it's almost exhausting. It's like you're out and about doing something and exploring, and sometimes you just want to watch a snake documentary in 2D. I don't want to feel like the cobra is in front of me, you know?
Some of that stuff makes me tired. Like when I'm flying above a canyon, scared for my life, and then I take it off, I'm like, oh my, that was near-death experience that I just had inside this little headset.
Right, like it's a lot. And maybe it's because our brains are so smooth there. My brain in particular is probably like top 10 smoothest brains. So I don't know if I have the ridges and the capacity to handle all that data.
Okay. I understand.
But I don't know. I feel like a lot of people could also struggle. It's just a lot going on. I don't know, John. I just there's a reason I haven't put out my Vision Pro review. It's because I still almost feel like I know what I need to say, but I don't know if I can say it.
I think you should be the one to say it.
Yeah.
And no one else is making a Vision Pro review right now, so you won't be like interrupted by anybody.
Well, talk about something to do in the off season, right?
Yeah,
that's one of those videos and ideas, and I already have the title and everything.
So I've been thinking a lot about you. Really fucked me up a few weeks ago when you said that this kind of alters your view of Tim Cook's legacy. Vision Pro does,
yeah,
but Vision Pro is just a piece of it. Vision Pro is a piece of the larger problem of them announcing things that aren't ready. And I'm trying to figure out what the issue is here. Because...
Sounds like you're cooking up a video, is what I'm hearing.
But I don't know what's going to be in the video yet. But between me and you, since no one else is listening, I can't tell. There's like two things that may be happening. It's either one, Tim Cook is incredibly out of touch.
Okay.
That's option one. Option two is that for the first time in a long time, if not ever, Apple is feeling tremendous pressure from outside. The only reason they would rush an AI announcement is because they're pressured by Google and Samsung and OpenAI, who have much greater algorithms and AI features out there, and they can't take their time. They feel like they can't take their time. They have to act now. So are they acting on fear and pressure, or are they out of touch? if they're out of touch, that is a tremendous, tremendous problem. Like very, very bad for the future of this company.
I don't think they're out of touch so much as they're a bit lost.
Okay. Temporarily lost?
Unsure.
Okay. Unsure.
I think the fact that they canceled the Apple Car and we got Vision Pro, I just think it shows that they are... I don't know. Call me crazy. I mean, we're hearing the next big thing from them is going to be this AI tabletop iPad robot. And I'll be honest, that sounds like something I'm going to buy and love. But it doesn't sound like it's going to fundamentally change my life in the way the iPhone or the Apple Watch or AirPods did.
Are we done with that, though? Are those days done?
No.
You don't think so?
I think that's silly. I think that people that say that those days are over is silly because there's still great restaurants that open every week and food's been around as humans have been alive, right? Like in innovation, humans are...
But there's no restaurant that opens and changes the world. That's what I'm saying. Like, is the AI I feel is the last feature that is the last feature currently that changed the world. What's the next one? If we're not... When I say those days are done, I don't mean like it'll never happen again, but they're definitely going to be few and far between.
Well, we thought Vision Pro was going to be one of those.
Yeah.
I mean, I was convinced until launch that it was going to be one of those.
Yeah. I was not convinced until launched. Fuck.
And
why did all those words get messed up? I was not convinced until launch. There we go.
Yeah. You were convinced pre and then not convinced and then reconvinced, and it sounds like you're now kind of in the middle, I think.
I am just incredibly sad for Vision Pro because it's amazing. And it was just... Apple was both the right and only company to make that product and also the wrong company to make that product because the people that you are making products for are not the people that are going to spend $3,500 on a Vision Pro. You can charge that much for Macs and stuff because there are professionals that quite literally need that. Yeah. And they will pay whatever you ask them to pay. A Vision Pro, though, is not a necessity, and you're asking for $3,500, and that's just not a thing. And maybe this failing or flopping, however you would call it, has changed the mind of even one Mark Zuckerberg.
Well, I just want to say, what you said is a massive statement. Do you consider the Apple Vision Pro a fail or a flop?
Yeah. Yeah, for Apple, yes. 300,000 units for an Apple product is tremendously low. And I think internally, I don't know how anyone in Apple could be proud of that number.
Yeah. Here's why even me, who is Mr. Hot Take, hesitates to say flop yet, is because I just don't know if enough time has passed for me to call it. I think the big one for me, I don't know if I can... I've realized my foresight isn't as good as I thought it was. Because I thought Vision Pro... Basically, I don't trust how I feel now because I trusted how I felt before. And I was convinced that Apple, being the company they are, was genuinely going to change AR and VR in a way that nobody had. And what we got instead was just the best version of a thing that's been out for a long time.
I think you can trust yourself, though, because before, you didn't have all the information. You were guessing, and your expectations were high because it's Apple. And every time they put out a new product in a new product category, it goes well 100% of the time. Yeah. And so I think once you've seen it and you can judge it for yourself and you're not just basing it on your expectations or your hopes, I think you can trust yourself.
Well, I say that, though, because I felt that way even for I mean, you remember the conversations we had endlessly, of me being like, it's going to be crazy. You just don't get it, John. You just don't get it. It's going to be crazy. And then like, you and I are very funny in our flip-floppy ways that we exist. That probably is why this show works so well.
And it's wonderful that it's all documented. Hooray.
Yeah, it really is.
So glad.
I don't know. I used my Vision Pro one night this week. I mean, it was dead. Because I didn't even realize it was probably unplugged off the battery for weeks, or at least a week, and watch some content on it, and it's cool.
Here's the problem that this has created. Another reason why I kind of consider it a flop is because products get better when... Okay, one of the issues with Vision Pro was when it launched just based on what Apple thought it should have, right? And then it's up to people to, one, develop for it and come up with new ideas, or say, hey, I think you fell short in this area so that Apple can fix it next year. And there just literally isn't even enough people to have an impact on the next product. Like, there's not enough. The survey size is too small. So there's like nothing positive that comes out of 300,000 people owning this product for anybody. It's not even positive for the people that bought it, because now there's less incentive for developers to develop for it because there's so few. I mean, remember the whole drama when YouTube was like, we're not making an app. And we all shit on them? Like, I mean,
I still think that it is ridiculous, because
it is ridiculous. But as a business, if you don't think it's worth developing because there's not going to be enough users, and then if you find out there is only 300,000 users and your app is only going to get a portion of those.
I hear you. And I would say that for most businesses, but Google is one of those Apple type that just kind of has unlimited money. So, like, would it really be that hard to fund a couple engineers? I don't know. For me, it's just like, it feels more of a stubborn, we want a better cut of the search engine deal. You know, they're kind of just leveraging that. It's business. I get it. But again, for Netflix, totally different situation. I understand why Netflix was hesitant. Although,
they got money
media consumption is the killer use of the Vision Pro. And I will say I legit I finally got kicked off my parents' plan, and I'm not subscribing to Netflix because...
You're not? Oh, wrestling's coming to Netflix, so I got to keep it. I'm definitely screwed now.
But if they had a Vision Pro app, I would consider it, because that is how I consume media when I really want to watch something. And it's just like, I literally am not going to... Why would I subscribe? I don't want to open up my web browser. I can't do that on a plane. I want to download it. And
yeah.
This leads us to what you aforementioned, which is, according to the information, who's got their pulse on this, Meta, Facebookeroni, has canceled their high-end mixed reality headset. And I have actually not read this yet. So I think it'd be interesting to hear, because you would argue that they're the leader, right?
Oh, yeah. But also I'd argue that they already made one that didn't work out for them. So
yeah. It looks like they've canceled plans for the mixed reality headset intended to compete with the Vision Pro. The Axe device was scheduled for release in 2027. Wow. So they canceled it 3 years out. It was going to use the same micro OLED screen as Apple. But Meta wanted to keep the cost below $1,000. Which is kind of a funny, because that's not really possible.
All the credit in the world if you pulled that off. I mean, maybe by 2027, costs will come down, but not that much.
Decision to drop it comes as Meta seems to be shifting away from hardware only to licensing its software. Oh, God. Oh, this Meta software.
I mean, that worked.
But license software, it's so bad.
Worked for Google.
Well, you would argue, I think Windows would. Mark Zuckerberg, you can tell, really wants to be the next Bill Gates. He talks about open source and hardware, and
he just listens to what Tim says and says the opposite.
Yeah, he really does. Basically, Quest 4 is coming in 2026.
That makes the Vision Pro thing sting even more, that even Mark Zuckerberg gave up. You're like, no need to compete with it. It's fucking it's dead. Why are we going to compete with a dead Apple product? That's
Here's the difference, and this sort of wraps up saying that they're shifting their priorities to maybe more smart glasses. Because apparently Meta keeps saying that the Meta Ray-Bans AR, they're not even AR. The Meta Ray-Ban just smart glasses of the microphone, and you can ask some AI questions. Mm-hmm. They keep saying that those are crazy. Apparently there is going to be a new version of AR glasses coming in September.
Cool.
And apparently Snap is also going to debut a version of AR glasses again. I feel like...
I forget that they exist every time until I hear from them again or hear about them. I feel like once you turn 25, you have to uninstall Snapchat or just automatically delete itself.
Here's what I think about I just think mixed reality is a false flag. I think it's a distraction, and we're trying to
that got progressively funnier because I thought you accidentally said that, but then I realized that those were the correct words that you chose.
Yeah,
and
I chose those specific words. Because I think they're just trying to distract us from the fact that AR glasses aren't going to be ready for a minute, like the Apple AR glasses. But honestly, my confidence in Apple making and shipping AR glasses is kind of shaken after the Vision Pro. Because it's just not... I don't know. It's just not that interesting.
Isn't it Quinn that says smartphones are undefeated?
Yeah. And the more... Quinn, my goat. Quinn is one of my favorite people in the entire world. I was talking to him this week, and I was just like, that Snazzy Labs Quinn is just, and Andrew Edwards is just such a great. There's just so many people. I've been feeling very grateful in the YouTube space for all my people, like people like you, Luke, them, resources, and anyway, that's a side tangent. But maybe I should start listening to my elders. Is what I'm trying to say.
Your elders. Yeah, I don't. This is a weird spot. I haven't been this uncertain about Apple in a minute. I think the last time that I questioned them this hard was when iOS 7 came out. I was very unhappy with iOS 7. Not the look. The look was fine. It was the rest of it that was atrocious. And that's when I switched to Android, was iOS 7 time. And I was like, fuck this. I got rid of my 6S and got, what did I get? I think a OnePlus 3 at the time, which was, wild. I was very happy with at that time. It was much better than what I was getting with iOS 7. And that was only one avenue to be worried about. Now I'm worried about a couple of avenues here with Apple. Like, one, they're announcing features that aren't ready. And they're just, notice every year that gets worse and worse. They announce earlier and earlier for everything. The avenue with AR, VR, Apple Vision Pro. First, Vision Pro by itself, and then the entire avenue that is that road is questioned now.
Yeah.
AI, it's a very weird time in technology right now. Do you think we're on the cusp of something, or we are fizzling out? We're leaving the days of massive leaps and things that we're just working with what we got now.
I'm an optimist at the end of the day who gets excited about things. So I think accepting that reality is boring, and that's the easy answer, right?
Okay.
We all know the tech YouTubers that get on every release and say, Apple's dead, phones are boring. We know exactly who I'm talking about. It's just so, depressing and nihilist, and you can tell it's coming from a place that...
Like, when we launched the last video, that's what it was called, iPhones are boring now. And that's true. But, it's true not in a negative,
true, sure.
Yeah, I'm not taking the negative stance of, Apple sucks now. What I'm saying is there's a lot of people bored with phones, and I'm trying to address them and tell them why. Their expectations are too high, and you guys are the only ones disappointed because the rest of the world keeps spinning, keeps moving, keeps buying the phones. They're happy with it. Not everyone upgrades like they used to. Things just are not the way they used to. And just consider yourself lucky that you got to live through a time where technology made huge leaps so fast. Like not the generation before us, but a couple generations before, they got to see the TV invented, and then color TV, and cell phones. That's insane. And we got to see the creation of not really the creation, but the evolution of the internet. We got to see smartphones be invented. Digital streaming is a huge thing that changed the world. AI now. We've lived through tremendous, and we're not even halfway through life. Hopefully.
I hope we're not halfway through life. Jesus, bro. I feel like I've been up for 7 minutes total in my life.
I think AI will be the single craziest thing I have seen happen in technology, even by the end. This is insane.
No, AI is going to be the radio or the TV or the internet. That's going to be one of those things where it's like that was the. You're talking about an innovation for a lifetime.
Yeah, but it's like the TV, but the TV can fucking think for itself, and that's horrifying.
Yeah, it's so cool. I mean, that's why I'm so bullish on Tesla as a company still, because I really like what they're doing with AI. I mean, their autopilot is improving super rapidly. It's why I'm such a Tesla fanboy next to Apple as well, because I love seeing. I mean, we are at for AI, we are at the iPhone 4. We haven't even gotten to the 5 or the 6 or the 7 or the 10 yet. We are so, maybe even earlier. You could say the 3GS. But if you want to look at technology and you want to be excited, just look at ChatGPT. Look at the releases they're doing bi-yearly or yearly that are just absolutely insane, and it's so much better. Yeah. And I mean, the smartphone isn't. But here's the deal.
What's the deal?
I don't think it has to be this way.
Okay.
I think Apple is choosing it to be this way because it allows them to make more money by not changing it as much every year, and they'll still do fine. I was thinking about this the other day. Why doesn't Apple change the design of the iPhone every year?
What else are you going to do to a rectangle?
That's their job, but there's a way to change the way the cameras look, change the feel of the button, change the material. Like, they spend 3 to 4 years now on a design before they make minor changes to it. They're the only one dictating that schedule.
The only time that's going to change, the only time that this is going to change is when the front changes. When the dynamic island is small. Because that's why we have a camera down. That's why we can't move these cameras.
Next year.
Oh, yeah, we get in the little hole. Okay, like maybe next year we're hearing the design.
We're hearing the cameras are going to look different. The iPhone 17
is that enough
is going to have
of a redesign for you?
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you want to
see?
See?
A small change? Oh, I honestly don't care about a redesign anymore. Like,
really? Oh, that's still like very excited for me.
Oh no! Like if they come up with a redesign and it looks cool, yeah, I'll be excited for that. But my expectations are much lower now, and the real changes that we are going to see for all the people that love seeing massive leaps in hardware, the massive leaps are still there, but they're happening in software now. All this hardware is a vehicle for software. If you think about it, there was a time where these phones couldn't, depending on what you bought or how much you were willing to spend, your experience could be hindered. Like, you might buy a phone that had low enough specs where browsing and doing your everyday tasks was slow, or slower than you'd like it to be, laggy, you might say. It's not that way anymore. You can spend $20 on a phone and probably get 12 gigabytes of RAM in it. Like, it's insane how good the hardware is now. The hardware of these things has like surpassed anything that a regular person would ever need or want to do on the phone. So now it's reverse. Instead of trying to make good hardware to support the software, now there's so much headroom in hardware to where we're just creating huge leaps in software to take advantage of the hardware inside of these phones. So it's less, to me, about the design. The iPhone could look the same for the next 10 years, and I wouldn't be, like, disappointed. Hopefully it won't, but I wouldn't be disappointed, and as long as they keep leading in software, I will be happy, and that's what I want to see changes in. Like, I made a whole video about how excited I was about Apple Intelligence.
Yeah.
And they made me look like a fucking idiot. It's not here.
You didn't look like an idiot.
But you see what I mean? Why? Do you know anybody?
Let me cope.
Okay.
Can I cope for a second?
You may cope. Let the coping begin.
Here's what's going to happen. Okay. The reason Apple Intelligence and those big features that they announced in June are delayed and they're not out at the same time is because Apple's actually working on exclusive AI features for the iPhone 16s that they had to rush out that will be there at launch, and it's just everything else got pushed back.
If you're right, I'll be impressed if you're right.
I'm not going to be right. The big upgrade for the pros this year is going to be the camera. Without saying too much, because, there's Apple event invites coming out, but if I was guessing what Apple would do, I would guess that there's just I would guess I kind of hinted at this in my last video. Like the capture button is going to be part of the camera story, but just like how on the iPhone 13 Pro, Apple made a really big deal about the Pro cameras, and that was like the main thing. Like AI is going to be a huge part of this year as well. But if we're talking about hardware changes and some software stuff, the camera is going to be a very large update. And I think people should be more excited for the cameras than they've been in. I think this could potentially be the biggest year for camera updates ever.
Oh, wow.
Based on of what I would guess. You know.
You're guessing.
Yeah.
That doesn't look like
I also don't know this for sure, but do you really think Apple's going to add a capture button to all 4 models? That just doesn't make sense to me. That seems like the most pro feature to exist.
It did make sense to me when the theory of, so everyone will be like not pressured, but almost subconsciously used to opening the camera app to take spatial video. But that's fucking out. That's not a thing that I believe in anymore because there's not enough Vision Pros. And
there's a clip.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Sorry. No, you go.
Oh, yeah. I really believe that the capture button was a hardware option constantly reminding you that you can open the camera app and capture and use spatial video, and because then you could like. It's like when everyone else was using camcorders with VHS tapes, someone handed you one with a DVD. And if you could future-proof a lot of your recordings and record them in spatial video, that's huge. But one, only 300,000 people have a Vision Pro, and now the entire concept of that is in question. So I'm not confident that that's what it is either. It also doesn't make sense to me that it's coming to the base models, but I do think it's coming because so many leaks have pointed to it. But yeah, I don't see a reason.
Apple is notorious for introducing a feature first on the Pros. Because my theory with that is the capture button would have way more functionality and cost being touch and pressure sensitive than the action button. So if Apple's now launching
we had to get rid of 3D Touch because it was too expensive. It wasn't worth the money.
Right. So that's why I'm saying I know that that's what the leaks have shown, but to me, it just doesn't.
Do you know something?
Apple. No, I genuinely don't know. This I have no idea about.
Okay.
This is legitimately just spit talking. And Gurman kind of hinted that it could only be on the Pros. That's what this is based on. But since the beginning, when we heard it was coming to all models,
it didn't sound right.
A touch insensitive, but the touch insensitive is, I think we are going to see the capacitive buttons. This is going to be Apple's soft launch of the capacitive buttons. That's why we saw only like one report about them ordering some of these. It's not going to be all the buttons, but I strongly believe that all the reporting from not me guessing says it, and I think it's going to be great. I did a cool little. Actually, I'll play this clip because I was really proud of this.
Okay,
so I will pull it up. I thought it was really cool to see what the action or the capture button is going to look like and work. So in my video, let me share my screen real fast. I did what I believe is like the first kind of demo of what it's going to look like. And I think it's pretty cool. So also that animation artifacts is my goat, but nobody's really like seen what it's going to look like and why it's a big deal. So I made a demo of like how when you touch and press, it's going to focus, how when you like tap down on it, it's going to just take a photo, which is pretty cool. I mean, it's going to make this feel like a camera in a way we've never had. This is really cool. You'll be able to swipe to switch zoom modes. I mean, I will say I've always been into photography and videography, right? I mean, that's kind of our job, but
a little bit.
Seeing how that works, very cool. Very cool. And it's one of those things where when you talk about it, it's like, when I really use the capture button, but
oh yeah, once you use it, you're going back.
Having it there, it really, I mean,
it's like those Nokia phones from like 2013.
Exactly. A lot of photographers talk about, that tactileness being important to them when they're shooting, and this adds that to a smartphone.
I mean, this makes it. Yeah, this separates the camera from the app. I think it feels more
exactly Exactly.
Tactile, like you said. It feels like it's better integrated into the entire device and not just another app you have on the phone. It's like part of the experience. So yeah, I'm excited for it.
That's exciting and fun. I mean, obviously the AI features, I think one of two things is going to happen. I think less likely is what we previewed earlier for the 16 is that there was a report back in the day of exclusive features coming to those models, but we haven't heard much since, although we both know software is always the most locked down.
Yeah.
I mean, Gurman barely got the, you can make emojis. He didn't get any of he got some of the Apple Intelligence stuff, but not a lot of the other stuff. And I think for the 16, I could also see the pitch being, because we're hearing that the neural engine is going to be the big chip upgrade for the A18. Mm-hmm. I think it's almost like 2x jump year over year or something, but
okay.
I mean, I could see them being like, hey, you can make emojis like that. You can make stuff like that. Because if you see in all Apple's demos, it takes a second because it's using on-device. If you upgrade that on-device capability, I think the big pitch could be, this is the fastest, best way to experience. Or we were able to do things on this new chip that we couldn't even do on the 15 Pro. Because, I mean, the colors are fine, cool. I mean,
the colors are fine.
I think the regular 16 with the vertically stacked camera looks amazing. I genuinely love that design. It looks so much better than the old camera.
It's going to be so light and lovely.
Yeah. I mean, I'm very interested. I do feel like even though everybody be saying I'm making the same video, which is true, I'm with you, I feel like there's actually quite a few things that we don't actually know yet. Like, we know a lot, but
I think I'll be low-key shocked if the base models don't have a capture button. It does make sense that they wouldn't, but we've been hearing for so long that it does that I would be shocked if it doesn't. Oh, you see how off balance I am? Work-life balance is the hardest thing, and that's why today's episode is sponsored by Stamps.com. Listen, when you're busy with multiple projects, we have Genius Bar, Sam has Apple Track, I have Front Page Tech, so many things going on, and we want to ship stuff, either personally or professionally. It's such an interruption to have to take a package and then get in the car, drive to a post office or maybe UPS, wait in line. I don't know if you've been to UPS lately, but that line is too long. Impossible. You have to schedule out 2 hours of your day just to stand out in line. What if you could cut? You could cut in front of the whole line. What if you didn't have to go at all? That's what Stamps.com is here for. They have a mobile app that is your 24/7 post office. They take care of everything, mailing and shipping wherever you are, even if you're on the go. Stamps.com mobile app can get you sorted out. All you need is a computer and a printer. And guess what? I know there's bad news. You also need a scale because you need to like weigh the stuff you're sending out, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, I guess go out and buy a scale, or you go to Stamps.com, use promo code GENIUS, and get a free one of any size that you need. Free scale. We've got a 4-week free trial, free postage, and a free digital scale. No long-term commitments or contracts. That's like quite the deal, sir.
Just go to Stamps.com, click the microphone at the top of the page, and enter code GENIUS, John.
Okay, I'll do that right after the show. Actually, I'll do it right now. You're going to have to wait for me to be done. Okay, I'm done. It was that easy. Thanks, Stamps.
Thanks, guys. But yeah, my feet are firmly planted in America for the foreseeable future.
For the foreseeable future, I can see them planted from here. They're basically in the ground like
Actually,
roots.
only one's planted right now. I'm sitting with my legs crossed.
How? You're 8 foot tall.
Yeah. I don't know. It just kind of works.
Literally how? I feel like you trying to cross your legs is like, you know when spaghetti is not cooked, and if you try to bend it, it just snaps? I feel like that's your legs.
You're so funny for that. Oh, okay. We've sort of, I guess we'll do the full September event preview when the invites come out. But other things, AirPods 4, any interest? We'll wrap with this.
Yeah. AirPods are one of my most liked personally Apple products ever. Yeah. I have never once had an issue with AirPods. Never been disappointed with AirPods.
Yeah, AirPods are incredible. I mean, true breakthrough for wireless audio technology, and I use the AirPods 3s to run, and I run quite a bit, so I'm really excited for the AirPods 4s because they're supposed to be better. Some might have noise cancellation now. I think those are going to be really interesting, and one of these kind of like sleeper things that everybody's like, I
feel so bad that your ears are not normal shape because the AirPods Pros are so good.
here's the thing is they are way better. They sound way better. They have way better features. The swipe up and down. I have been using AirPods Pro 2 more in the past 6 months, actually. And I have been running with them sometimes. And if I'm not, actually, I take that back. I ran with them last week at Run Club.
Do you have modified tips on them, or are they normal?
Normal, extra small.
Wow, okay. Proud of you.
Yeah, I mean, they're incredible. They sound night and day. Don't get me wrong. The AirPods Pro 2 is incredible. Like, actually sounds so good. Plus USB-C, plus the Find My stuff. But a lot of that stuff is coming down to the 4s, which I'm very interested in. And then, okay, Apple Watch.
Yeah. I think, so I love my Ultra, okay?
Oh, no, are you going to do it? Don't do it. Don't leave us.
The only thing that I like about the Ultra better than any of the other watches is the battery life. It's insane. It's insane. And this is how a smartwatch should be. I shouldn't have to charge it every day. I have to charge this watch maybe every 3 days, 4 days. Like,
whoa,
it lasts
really?
oh yeah, it lasts forever. I have never been worried about my battery on the Apple Watch Ultra. But if by some miracle they had like the regular Apple Watch last as long, I would just switch to that. I have thought a couple times about going back to my stainless steel Apple Watch that I have, and but every time I think about that, I remember the battery lasts 20 minutes, and I can't do it.
I don't know if I can leave the Ultra. Although they're saying that the series, well, there's conflicting reports. I've publicly, there's been some things saying it's going up to 49 millimeters. Privately, maybe not getting as big as the Ultra after all.
Okay.
I don't know though. This is just like not confirmed or anything.
What are you going to get?
I mean, I think either way, I would get the Ultra. The only way I would have switched to the Apple Watch X is if it was going to be the major redesign. But I mean, the Apple Watch is in a weird spot, considering that Apple's still being weird, not paying Massimo the rights to just use the blood oxygen sensor.
I can't believe that hasn't been resolved.
But here's the thing that I want to say about Apple, and this is what they care too much about being right, even if they're wrong. And sometimes you just got to be wrong, man. Sometimes when you steal something, you just go, here's $100 million.
Sometimes when you steal something, think about how many things you've stolen and not had to pay anybody back. So, I mean,
yeah,
Steve did a couple questionable things that maybe if you had to pay Massimo some money to make up for it, I think it's all right.
I mean, it's clear pretty much that they took it off that they did something wrong. You don't take something off if you're in the right. And independent review has shown that they've probably done something wrong. And it's just like, yeah, you just removed that feature. That's like a major part of the Apple Watch, especially we're kind of exiting the COVID era broadly right now. But when you had COVID, it was actually very important to know that data and very helpful.
There are people that rely on it.
Yeah, and it's really accurate.
That's like the only reason they bought the watch. Like, there's so many adults, like older adults that I know that I have either personally bought an Apple Watch for, or they were convinced to buy an Apple Watch because of features like that.
And it's
Other
a
than
great
that, they don't
feature.
They don't need fucking text notifications on their wrist.
But John, when you look back at that feature came out. People don't realize that came out in 2020. We have not gotten a new major Apple Watch health feature in 4 years.
Give us a capture button on it.
But it's just like now we're hearing that the blood pressure monitoring and sleep apnea tracking were supposed to come. And then Gurman most recently says, actually, there's been a couple issues there.
There's always.
And it's like, are we going to go another year with no... Listen, I know that I'm oversimplifying it. It's very easy with literally no skin in the game for development to say these things. I'm aware of that. I know there's probably engineers watching this being like, bro, you have no idea what the hell we've gone through in the past year. At the same time, yeah, I mean, the Apple Watch is boring. And I've felt like that since 2020. The Ultra is the only reason I've been excited because it was actually a new form factor, actually new features and functionality. But this year, if it's just bigger screen again,
you think that,
brother,
what are they? You think they're going to do the classic maneuver of same chip, just new number printed on it?
Well, we have heard that the chip is supposedly getting faster, but then Apple Intelligence features aren't coming to the watch. Like the new version of Siri isn't coming to the watch.
I forgot about
which
that.
Makes no
that's
sense. The HomePod's
that is a sin against humanity.
Yeah, that shouldn't be legally allowed.
The main thing you use to interact with that watch is going to be the dumb version.
Yeah,
like. Do you think we're going to get surprised and go,
weird.
We rebuilt regular Siri too for everybody else? Is that even possible?
That doesn't sound like Apple. They want you to buy the new. Good news is we're hearing an iPad mini is coming this year, and it's going to get Apple Intelligence, because right now it wouldn't. See, I know how to put a smile on your face any day of the week.
Listen.
Will you forgive Apple for everything?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Never mind. You know exactly what you're doing. You see the future. Your vision's great, Tim. Not out of touch. You're in touch. The fact that, number one, we're getting a new iPad mini at all means they're not giving up.
Yeah.
The fact that they're putting Apple Intelligence on it means it's not the last one. Like this, yes. Thank you very much, Tim. I will take that iPad mini. I will be so happy about it. You have no idea. Other than my iPhone, and I guess my Apple Watch, because it's always on me.
Don't say it.
My iPad mini is my most used Apple product. I don't use my Mac every day. I use my iPad mini.
You don't use your Mac every day?
I use my iPad mini every day, dog. If I don't have work to actively do, like if I'm waiting for a script to be written or something like that, I'm not using my Mac that day.
See, I just love using it. I'm always doing stuff on the Mac. I love the Mac.
Well, you have like extracurricular activities that you're pursuing.
What? Oh, like Apple Track, like news and stuff, you mean?
No.
And
personal goals.
You know what? I'll say it, John. I just feel like we need to make Apple great again.
I
feel like we've been saying this a lot lately, right?
I think we need
It's coming up in a lot of
episodes. Again. They were great. It'd be cool if they were great again, you know?
Well, we don't know. Maybe the iPhone 16 will be nuts. I'm still very excited. I would love to be proven wrong. I would love for the Apple PR team. I gotta stop making that joke. Yeah, I mean, invites in a couple of days. I hope they hint at something.
I mean, they never mean anything, Sam. We hear this every time there's an invite in the comments.
I'm so excited for that segment to dunk on everyone in the tech space. That's one of my joys in life. Yeah, honestly.
Going on Genius Bar and be like, okay, but this is what it means for real.
I'm very excited. I'm very much looking forward to invites. I'm incredibly excited for this month. I'm ready to lock in. I feel even when I was working out last night, I just felt locked.
You feel like locked?
I just felt locked, bro. Like it just fit in.
I love that you feel locked.
Like the key in the hole.
Love it.
I don't know how to describe it.
You should be. You are locked. You're locked in.
So yeah, I'm really excited. I've been feeling really grateful, as I previewed earlier. I'm just really thankful that I get the opportunity to do this. And it really has hit me that if little boy Sam would see,
oh yeah,
that, like, he gets to make videos about Apple products, and that's like his, like, I don't know, even I've been definitely filled with a lot of gratitude. I've been really lucky since I moved to Los Angeles. I've made some really incredible friends. And I'm really grateful for the people around me. I feel like, not for the first time in my life, because I've always really been blessed by friends, but I feel like I believe that I have like a good support system now. Not that that wasn't always there, but I feel like I can talk to you about whatever. I feel like there's other people. There's so many people in my life that I feel like have my back. And when I'm going through a hard time or a lot of stress and anxiety comes up, I'm definitely able to be like, yeah, but I've got, like, even if I do fall apart, like, I've got people around me that will, like, get it or not be like they understand. They know where I'm coming from. And
yeah, I'll come catch you, baby. I got a little Sam safety net.
Oh, so yeah, I very, very grateful.
It's nice that this happens on Genius Bar too, because the same audience, they were there when we were having a tough time and complaining about YouTube and our spot in the industry. There was a couple of years that were a little harder. So I'm very happy and grateful for where we are now. I think we're both killing it. We're doing great.
You are absolutely killing it. I've never denied that for a second.
So we're both killing it.
Yeah,
that feels good.
It's you.
What do you mean? You are also
killing it.
I'm
not killing it. No, I'm like...
What views were you getting this time last year?
Well, this time last year was really crazy because iPhone, but
back to back to back to back constantly.
I guess not as much. No.
Like I was saying earlier, a part of me felt like this was temporary and we gotta just ride the wave until it dies down. But I'm starting to feel like there's a chance that this is just the new Apple track and the new FPT.
Yeah, I mean, it does feel like we've turned a corner for sure. I'm very much ready for it to go away tomorrow. Like, I'm ready for to just like stuff not working again. I'm gonna be like, that's how I live my life.
Yeah, well,
I'm very much not used to it.
Introducing iPhone 16. That's a free idea that you just got.
See, now is a troll. Now is a troll when I put out my I'm going to do a final iPhone 16 video with every single rumor that we've heard. Like, it's going to truly be like a recap of the past year.
Okay. I love that idea.
Should I call it as a troll introducing iPhone 16?
I'm not going to tell you no. It works.
See, but there I feel like it would kind of be allowed because it'd be like
if
2
you
days
do
before
it though,
releases.
I reserve the right to come on the show and absolutely
shit in me.
Oh yeah, shit in you.
But I do love you, and I think I want to cut the part earlier in the show where I was saying the same thing over again because I don't think it's actually productive and boring.
It doesn't matter to me. Is this another one where I have to throw it up on Drive?
I think so. I think I want to jump to the news. I think we're going to kill our retention with doing all that first.
You know what can't be killed?
Love. Well, no, that can definitely die. That can die a hard, painful death, actually.
You know what can't be killed? Our love. That's better. Love might die, but Sam and Jon are forever.
That's so cute.
Until we die, like for real, then that might present a problem.
Didn't we say we were going to get graves next to each other?
Oh, I want to be in yours, like on top. Oh no! I want to be cremated as an. I'll be cremated, and you're holding an ice cream cone with me in it.
And then my arms are crossed like King Tut, and it's just the urn.
I just make me ice cream when I'm gone. That's all I want. It's not a hard ask.
I forgot that we had like 5 weeks of no news, so we would just talk about random.
We made like full life commitments. Yeah, it's a whole we have afterlife plans that we made here on the show. And if anyone is like, I wonder what Jon's last wishes were, you don't have to wonder. Wonder no more. They're on the on the show.
Yeah, dude, I'm ready. It's iPhone season. It's Jon and Sam season. It's cuffing season almost.
What's that mean?
Usually they call the fall that. Like, cuffing season is like finding your like partner you're going to spend the winter with. I think it's an old term.
Cuffing?
It sounds kinky, but it's not.
It sounds very kinky, yeah.
Here, I Googled it. Cuffing season is a period of time when single people look for short-term relationships to get them through the colder months of the year.
Fucking yikes, dude. What an outlook on life.
The term cuffing is slang that refers to handcuffs. Hooking up or getting hitched is the idea of being connected or tied to another person. Damn, Google's AI overview is actually like, that's kind of like what I want ChatGPT to do. That's crazy they just turned that on.
Yeah, there's so yeah. I would love to see the correlation of that feature being turned on and like visits to websites going down.
So cuffing season is October to March. All right, well, we got to warm up. We got to warm up to cuffing.
It's almost that time.
Will you cuff me, Daddy?
Oh, yeah, I'll cuff you if you cuff me.
Could you imagine if audio listeners just heard that and nothing else?
What? Okay, let's fucking go home.
Okay, thank you guys for watching this episode of the Genius Bar.
Thank you for watching and listening and being part of our life.
We love you forever and ever. And we will see you guys probably in a couple days with a potential emergency ep.
Yeah, there's definitely not an invite coming this week because we already got it.
I really hope it is. Tuesday, you should look out around, I think 9 a.m. PST is when it dropped last year, so be up and ready and Adam around then. I know I'm going to be up then. Dude, 9 a.m. is early for me.
When are we doing an emergency episode?
Either that night or like Wednesday afternoon. I don't know. I've got to put out like 2 more videos somehow this month still.
Yeah, I gotta put one more out, and I don't know how that's going. Yeah. Right now, it seems impossible.
But so does everything.
Is there another phone for me to introduce?
Introducing, you could do introducing iPhone 16 and do a video all about the iPhone 16.
But that's what you're doing.
Yeah, but you can do it first. I don't care.
Introducing iPhone 16. Bro, don't fucking tempt me.
Don't you do it? Thinking about it. You're thinking
don't
about it.
Don't you do it? I love that just purely on the meme alone.
Yeah. Or we could release it on the same day.
Oh, that would be amazing. That'd be incredible.
That's so.
What if one of us did base models and one of us did pros?
That would be funny.
It was like a typical YouTube collab from back in the day.
Oh my god. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Later, Gators.
Later, Gators. We're going to say that every time now.